there is a precedent to suggest the deputy speaker's post must go to the opposition, or the opposition is just trying to be combative at this point in time?
The opposition, whoever is in the opposition, is combative. Why has the Prime Minister taken such a tough line? I think somewhere there is a belief that reaching out to the other side and relenting is going to be taken as a sign of weakness.
So all eyes were on the speaker's post of the 18th Lok Sabha. NDA has decided to re-nominate BJP MP Om Birla, a three-time MP from Kota in Rajasthan, for the post of Lok Sabha Speaker. But the opposition and NDA failed to reach a consensus. And the opposition responded by fielding Congress MP K. Suresh, who is an 8-term parliamentarian from Kerala. And this has set the stage for a rare contest. So to talk more about this, I'm being joined by Neeja Chaudhary, our contributing editor at the Indian Express. Firstly, Neeja, I want to ask you, is this happening for the first time in history that we will see this contest for the Lok Sabha Speaker's post?
Yes, this is unprecedented, an election for the Lok Sabha Speaker's post. Normally, it is done by consensus. And if not a consensus, there is a majority that the ruling party has, but the opposition then goes along with it. And the convention has been, while the speaker's position will be held by the ruling party, the deputy speaker's position will be held by an opposition party person. Now, in 2014, it was an ally of the BJP, the ruling party, which got the deputy speaker's position. And in 2019, there was no deputy speaker at all. So this time round, the BJP, with not getting a majority on its own, dependent on allies, and it got 233 seats. The majority that the NDA has is 293. So the allies make up a chunk of about 60 MPs. So it was felt that they may go in for consensus, give and take, but that is not the way things have turned out.
You also said that there is a kind of precedent that the opposition gets a deputy speaker's post, and Congress also said that they would come to a consensus only if the deputy speaker's post is given to them. And but the BJP, and they also said that they would support the BJP's or the NDA's candidate for the speaker's post. So, do you think that there is a precedent to suggest the deputy speaker's post must go to the opposition, or the opposition is just trying to be combative at this point in time?
Look, the opposition, whoever is in the opposition, is combative. And today, the opposition is in a position, it's in a strong position. The numbers are much bigger than in the last two elections. And so they are pushing their advantage. And there has been the convention. If you've got to run the house by consensus of give and take, then some will take, some I will take. That's normally the spirit of give and take. I remember, Pramod Mahajan, during the NDA rule, he was the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. And I remember the House not running for days and days and days. And the session getting washed out is not a new thing. It's been happening for years, and I would say even decades. So I remember hearing Pramod Mahajan in the Central Hall of Parliament talking to a group of senior opposition leaders and saying, "Bas ho gaya na. You've had your say. You sent your signals, you've had your say, you've done it very vigorously. Now let's sit down. Let's see, what is it that you really want? And let's talk across the table, because the House has to run." So I think it is a job of the ruling party and the government to make sure that Parliament runs and take everybody along, including the opposition. Now, why has the Prime Minister taken such a tough line? I think one of the signals he wants to give is of continuity and equating that continuity with political stability. So people, the BJP has kept the heavyweight portfolios. The same ministers have been repeated in those very ministries. And even don't forget that senior ministers, even the National Security Advisor is the same, Principal Secretary of the Prime Minister is the same. So, and now, in the last days, there was a lot of buzz about this. Given the theme of continuity that the Prime Minister is trying to emphasize, will it be Om Birla? And sure, it is Om Birla. And I think the Prime Minister doesn't want to give the impression, or he wants to give the impression that even though BJP is in a minority, even though I'm running a coalition government, it is business as usual. And it is therefore political stability. So he wants to get that message to the country and to the world. And therefore, everything the same. He doesn't want to move even one card in the house of cards that the government constitutes. Lest, it ruffles some feathers. And so I think somewhere there is a belief that reaching out to the other side and relenting is going to be taken as a sign of weakness, and maybe they will be pushed around more. If they give a little bit, an inch, the other side might take a mile. But in coalition governance, to run a coalition government, as we've seen in the past by several prime ministers of India, giving in, and we saw it with Vajpayee, we've seen it with others, giving in, taking everybody along, actually may turn out to be a sign of strength rather than weakness. It's just how you see it.
Right. And of course, they would not want to budge, especially now that the opposition is now occupying more than a third of the House benches. There was also talks of TDP MP being made, given the speaker's post. It was like a deal to reward Chandrababu Naidu. BJP clearly has decided to keep the post. So what do you think is happening here?
I think
because you said, I remember from the last conversation, you said that, the allies will have to push harder. So especially now, what's happening, Neerja?
You see, the allies have obviously, particularly Chandrababu Naidu, has probably struck a very hard bargain. And it shows that his primacy is being given to the money and the financial package that he gets from the center. He wants to build the new capital at Amravati, and it's a grand kind of capital that they have in mind and they envisage. He wants to, develop the Rayalaseema, many areas of Andhra. That is his priority. And he's obviously used the speaker's position and relenting on it as a hard bargaining chip. And Janata Dal is the other party which is also given in, and they made a public statement that the speaker should belong to the BJP. They openly said that. So they have to consider also a financial package, but they have also elections next year down the line. And a partnership with BJP is very critical for them to continue that if they are to come back to power. For both sides is very critical. So I think each one of these allies has their own considerations and priorities. And speaker's position obviously is not one of them. Now, what the opposition has been telling these allies is that the BJP will try and break your parties. They'll break other parties in order to shore up their numbers and get a majority on their own in the 18th Lok Sabha and not have to rely on the allies. But obviously that has not worked with the allies, at least so far, because then the speaker's position gets very, very critical. Who you recognize as a group and so on.
All right. The Lok Sabha Speaker's election is scheduled for tomorrow at 11 a.m. And we'll see if BJP's, and there will be a contest between BJP's Om Birla against Congress's K. Suresh, who will get the post. We will get all those details tomorrow. And thank you, Neerja, for joining us. And thank you, viewers, for watching this. If you liked the video, then like and subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.